Gary the Captain here. Welcome to another edition of Captain's Arcade. Woo! Hard to believe we're in November already. Which also means that people are going to be skipping Thanksgiving, going straight into the holidays or Christmas, if you would. And I bet radio stations are starting their non-stop Christmas music already. I know some of our stations have already started theirs. But anyway, I'm just year after year after year, people celebrate Christmas way too early, months in advance. As soon as, I don't know, August. I don't know. Maybe late July, early August. I don't know. But the main thing is, for me, I like to celebrate the way I want to celebrate. Like, listen to renditions of tunes that I grew up listening to. Such as the Larry Gross Disneyland Children's Sing-Along Chorus and the Disney Gang Christmas tunes from Disney. Yeah, I know it's kiddie music and all, but I listen to it year after year after year, the same way I watch Rudolph, Charlie Brown, and Frosty year after year after year, watching the Polar Express, Jingle All the Way. Yeah, I know that movie isn't all that great, but it's a cold hit in my eyes. And speaking of Turboman, let's play some Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Sega Game Gear. I never owned a Game Gear, so I guess you say I'm making up for lost time. That's one of the beauties of Captain's Arcade here, getting a chance for me to make up for lost time. And speaking of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, did anyone see Power Rangers now Once and Always? I thought it was very well put together here. Yeah, I know they couldn't get everybody from all the surviving members from G1, or the first season, if you would. But they got what they got. It's nice seeing Walter Manuel Jones for the first time in 29 years back in the Power Rangers project. For the first time in 29 years, Zach Taylor has come home where he belongs, alongside David Yost. And other Mighty Morphin characters that were in combat, at least, were Catherine Sutherland and Steve Cardenas, a.k.a. Cat and Rocky, respectively. Karen Ashley and Johnny Young Bosch, a.k.a. Aisha, and Adam, respectively, made cameo appearances, but I've fallen off years ago, so I'm not understanding the storyline over here, but I think it has something to do with them running SPD, if you would. I'm not exactly sure. Somebody fill me in on this, because I fell off years ago, and I'm making up for lost time. I'm only on the end at the beginning of Ninja Storm. I fell off right in the middle of Turbo when Jason David Frank and company left the franchise, left the show, if you would. But yeah, I heard this game's really good here. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Sega Game Gear. Time to see if they're right. And from what I understand, Amy Jo Johnson and Jason David Frank turned it down, even though this was filmed shortly before the passing of Jason David Frank. They were working on other projects, and Twee Trong, a.k.a. Trini Kwan, passed away. Yeah, Amy Jo Johnson, a.k.a. Kimberly, and Jason David Frank as Tommy. It's Morphin Time! Bam presto. For 10,000 years I'm free. It's time to conquer Earth. Alpha, Readers Escape. A grown team of teenagers with attitude. That's basically what it's saying. Yeah, this show back in the day aired 6 days a week. Weekdays and Saturday mornings. I feel bad for those of you that were born after the big Power Ranger craze back in the 90s. Because you really had to be there. It was an overnight success from the very first episode of The Day of the Dumpster. Once Day of the Dumpster aired, that was it. And every toy store was sold out of Power Rangers. Although I did get a chance to get a grip on the oh my goodness. Hold on. Got a little bit of a technical difficulty here. Now I gotta start all over again. Sorry about that, folks. I just had some technical difficulties with here, but I'm trying to get everything back to normal here. Just try to bear with me as best as possible. My Pocky Box dropped, and so I gotta start all over. Yeah, my Pocky Box dropped, so yeah, I gotta start all over. This is take 2. But yeah, y'all had to be there. If I could build a time machine right now, if there time machines exist, I'll probably take you with me and show you how big a craze the Power Ranger craze was. Because it was an overnight success once the Day of the Dumpster aired. Once the episode aired, that was it. Toy stores were quickly selling out of Power Ranger merchandise, and I only could muster the Red Ranger action figure, unbeknownst to me that it would have been worth a whole lot of money down the road. Yeah, the Sega Game Gear. Yeah, let's skip the intro. Let's do it again. King Sphinx. Let's play as Zack Taylor. For the first time in almost 30 years, Zack Taylor has come home. It's nice seeing Trini's daughter take over the reins of the old Ranger, even though she had to learn how to be a Ranger. Hip-hop keto. Yeah, the songs of Ron Wasserman. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Especially the songs Go Green Ranger Go, and the song We Need a Hero. And we keep dreaming of a world where was good, so we were told we need a hero. And we keep dreaming of a time where good is all that we can find. We need a hero. We need a hero. And of course he did the theme song. They've got a power and force that you've never seen before. They've got the ability to morph into even up the score. No one can ever take them down. Magic wand! Make my thoughts start grow! The power's on their side. Go, go, Power Rangers! We need Megazord power now! I'm part of the minority here, but I wasn't feeling the Thunder Rangers as much as I was the original Megazord, the original Zords. King Sphinx. And like many others, I didn't notice this until later on in life, that they were based off of the Japanese series, the Super Sentai series. This came from, if I remember correctly, season 16, the 16th season of the Super Sentai, Drew Ranger. I forgot what the full name is, but Drew Ranger was the name of the Ranger, were the names of the Rangers. And oh my goodness, I was completely blown away by that. I was completely in awe by what I saw. But of course, for the sake of American audiences, they had to go with a completely different route as far as the storylines and the monsters were concerned. They all had the monster of the day. They basically stuck with the formula, but a way completely different storyline. And alternate names for the monsters and the characters and the Zords that they were using. The Nasty Night. Let's do this. I experimented with different Rangers before I began this episode here, and so far, as far as I know, Zach is basically the best one that I'm most comfortable with, especially with his controls. Each Ranger has different controls and, of course, different weapons. And in some cases, as I was playing this game, as I was experimenting with these Rangers, I really don't need their weapons. I really don't need to use their weapons here. I try using some of the weapons with different controls, and 9 times out of 10 they don't hit their mark. I think it's kind of like Mighty Morphin on the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive, where Zack, basically his weapon is the axe, and he like spins round and round and round. That basically gets the job done. Same with the kick combos here in the Game Gear version. But I have played the SNES version, and I was completely and utterly disappointed by it. I eventually completed it. Granted, this was back in the 2010s, and I never played it in the back in the 90s. And I was never a Nintendo guy. My preferences aside, as far as consoles are concerned, I was completely and utterly disappointed with the SNES version. And I feel bad for all the NES people, NES kids, the SNES kids that had to suffer through this. Especially if you didn't own a Sega Genesis or any of the other any Sega game like I did, Sega console. So it's kind of like me. I still am to some extent still a PlayStation guy. Kind of like the WCW games. All the good WCW games were on the N64. And I was not a Nintendo guy, but I wasn't really feeling Nintendo in general here. I would much prefer the other consoles. Tommy. It was, like I said, it was such a blessing meeting Jason David Frank. I met him like a year and change before he passed away. He couldn't be more laid back. He was real impressed by the impressions I did. He's like, Tommy, I know you're the Green Ranger. Well then, Pink Ranger, you should also know that you and the other Power Rangers will soon be destroyed.
Let us help you. We can break Rita's spell.
Rita is my empress, and she will soon rule the world.
Tommy, please let us help you.
You have been warned. His laugh, it's so hilarious, very hilarious and cheesy at the same time. I always loved his kiosks. Tommy. Yeah, martial arts was ruling pop culture back then. You got Power Rangers, you got Ninja Turtles, you got Street Fighter, you got Mortal Kombat, you got WMAC Masters.
Magic One, make my golden Green Ranger grab.
Taking elements from Part 4 of the Greenworth Evil miniseries. We need Megazord power now. I think it's the Eclipse episode. I guess you could say there's a full eclipse here. I guess you could say it's Eclipse. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. If I had this game back in the day, I'd probably spend an hour, play for hours and hours and hours until the batteries run out. Where'd it go? I know where it went to. Yeah, they are borrowing elements of Part 4 of the Greenworth Evil series. Now he's got a Dragon Zord. The Dragon Zord. Dragon Zord! Gotta go with my man Zach. I know in the storyline that Jason and Tommy do a final battle with the evil Green Ranger and all, but I gotta stick with what works. So anybody got any favorite Mighty Morphin moments? As for me, I got a million of them. The Green with Evil series, the mini-series, the Lice of Masquerade, one of the Halloween episodes, where the Frankenstein monster beats him up to pulp. The Mutiny episode where it was the first and only time that the three-part series where the Power Rangers and X-Men were in primetime network television. That was... And of course the first movie. I like the first movie. My all-time favorite Power Ranger movie. As far as the 2017 version of the movie, I like having a backstory. Whoa. Oh yeah. That's right, I can... I love backstories, and I love seeing teenagers with attitude. They took teenagers, the portion of teenagers with attitude to the next level. They went to the nth degree with it. I love seeing a backstory and getting to know the Rangers as individuals and everything. But the problem was they dragged it out for too long. There's barely any action in there. There was like only 2 fight scenes, and that was it. And I know they were setting things up for a sequel, but why couldn't they get, like, fight in intervals? Like, have a putty battle with one Ranger, maybe another putty battle with maybe one more or two? Or maybe, At least I don't get to start the entire level again. I get to pick up right where I left off. Dragon Blaster! But like I said, barely any fight scenes over here in the first Ranger. When you think of Power Rangers, what's the first thing you think of? Fight scenes and Zords. We barely got to see any of it in that movie. And Liz Banks was outstanding as Rita Repulsa. She took that character to the next level and then some. But still, I think the barely any fight scenes in this in the 2017 movie really hurt them. I know they made it up for the toys over here, but not enough to span out. I think it was going to span out for like 5-6 movies, question mark. But then with the disappointing box office reviews, the box office numbers for the 2017 movie, they decided to leave it at that. But I would have loved to see how the storyline stretched out. I think it was when they had found the Zeo crystals for the second movie, at least. Because like, oh, they're going straight into Zeo so quickly. I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's a mystery. It's now far more shrouded in mystery. Shell shock. Tommy's in the group, but I'm sticking with my man, Zach. As soon as Zach delivered the line, "You deliberately disobeyed me," the first thing I was thinking was Lion King, when Mufasa's like, "You deliberately disobeyed me." And I was thinking to myself, man, Zach must be watching too much Lion King or something. So always messaging me, but they can wait. You know how I've said this before and I'll say it again. You know how like one specific character or group of characters that you have like your poster characters here, like characters that are heavily marketed and all. But then there's another roster full of characters like the Tekken games, like the Kazama family, Hachimichima and all them. You got those characters, but then you find that they do no good for you when you're playing those specific characters, the main poster characters. But then you do well, but then you're more comfortable controlling other characters on the roster, say King or Eddie Gordo. Eddie Gordo's my favorite one, but he's nowhere on the front posters. And so whenever I play Tekken and Eddie Gordo or Christie's on there, I forgot her last name. She does capoeira. Any character that does capoeira, that they're usually my go-to characters. And you know, Jason over here, Mighty Morphin, is the leader, particularly from Season 1. And, you know, Tommy is, I guess you could say this, he was the second in command when he started at first, but then when he became the White Ranger, he became the leader. But I digress. There are other Rangers on the roster that I'm more comfortable playing as, and Zack is one of them. Same with Ryu and Ken. Ryu is basically for the most part, is the poster boy, the poster character, if you would. But yeah, and I do better in other characters like E Honda, for example, the sumo wrestler guy. I'm basically untouchable when it comes to him. Zack is the same way. Got him. So yeah. That's how I feel with certain games such as Mighty Morphin, whether it be on Game Boy, whether it be on Game Gear or Genesis / Mega Drive. Gotta go with my man Zack. Mastodon. And when it comes to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, their attacks are basically the same, except they got different weapons. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really make a difference which Ranger I pick. Whoa. running into a brick wall. Poluticorn. Mastodon. I think it's a matter of getting, like many games, it's just a matter of getting a rhythm down. Once you get that rhythm, oh. This guy's tough. I got out of rhythm. Almost got him. I just got out of rhythm. It's like you get out of rhythm once, he'll find an opening. At least I got him in the For some reason, the Zord battles are much easier than when you find them on the ground. This is tough. This is gonna be tougher than I thought. I go with Dragon Zord in battle mode. Like I said, I play this game until the batteries run out. Whoa. Come on, get up. Get up. Yeah, 1993 was such a great year. Especially with the best part being Power Rangers. And that was the year Animaniacs premiered on Kids WB, if I remember correctly. I was in first grade when Power Rangers first came out. Yeah. Poluticorn. Where did I get Polutron from? Maybe I'm thinking of Unicron. I don't know. I think this is where I face Cyclopses. But first, let's pick a Ranger. This is a gauntlet battle. You're gone. Sphinx is last. Ugh, this gauntlet battle, I swear. Sphinx. Come on, Charles. Charles! Let's do it again. almost there. Got him. Whew. And then he runs away like a wimp. Go right in Cyclopses and smash them. This over here is supposed to be the end of the Power Rangers series, the Power Rangers TV show. But due to the popularity, they kept it going. And look where it is now. Fast forward 30 years later, and they're still coming on strong. There it is. The Cyclopses. Yeah. Almost an hour and we're almost at the end. Kids nowadays will never know how much this really meant to a 90s kid when it came to Power Rangers. Almost got him. Come on. I was so close, I had him. At least I don't get to start the entire level all over again. I just gotta pick up right where I left off when it comes to the Zord battles. Because in the Genesis version, you had to start over from the monster on the floor as a ranger before you could get to the Zords again. Almost an hour in, and I'm at the end. I'm almost there. Like I said, it might not be the most popular strategy, but all that matters is my strategy works, you know what I mean? Washki washki. Got him. Got him. Whew. Did it less than an hour. Shall be looking for wounds for a while. And forever user powerful, world peace. Wise, true and wiser words have never been spoken. Alright, folks. That's going to do it for this edition of Captain's Arcade. Join tomorrow for some more arcade fun. I can't believe that in 2 weeks' time I'm gonna be a WrestleCade. Can't wait to see my WrestleCade friends again, and I hope to make some new ones here. It's definitely going to be a good one. I can feel it. And I got basically just the games to hype up WrestleCade here. I bet you probably know what I'm going to be playing, but might as well go ahead and make your guesses here. All right, folks. I'm going to amp screwing out of here. Until tomorrow. Baby, say goodbye.